Hi, Arnav, are we connected? Hello, Arnav.
Okay, because fine, we can
Okay,
go.
shall we
Yeah.
begin then?
Yes. Good
Okay,
evening. Good evening.
very, very good evening, Arnav. Let me convey heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the entire Academy to you on your stupendous, colorful success. Many
Thank you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you so much, all the team. Thank you,
So I'm very excited to be talking to you. So tell me, how did it all begin? Why did you choose UPSC as a career?
ma'am. This journey has started. I remember in 2014-15, when I was in my second year of college, and one of our seniors, who was an IAS officer, rank 66, he came to our institute. I have graduated from IIT Jodhpur. So he came there and he took a session regarding how much impact a civil servant on the ground level can bring in. So that kind of inspired me from the beginning, and eventually I took some of the social science courses in my graduation, which helped me to gather the knowledge about what the grassroots problems are regarding the society and all the problems and the country has been facing, and how we can on the grassroots level resolve them. So that inspired me to a bit. Then, ma'am, multiple reasons were there, because my sister, she is also a civil servant, and my brother-in-law, he is also a civil servant. So both these people also inspired me a lot, along with my parents, who always had a dream that yes, serving as a civil servant is one of the most prestigious service, and it is not only a work for yourself, but it is a service to the nation as well. So my family all along has been in that kind of service, whether it be in government services, or like my father is an advocate and my mother is a teacher. So that kind of public nature has been there. So all these factors to some extent motivated me for that.
Brilliant. All right. So, Arnav, which attempt was this one?
Ma'am, this was my third attempt at civil services.
Okay. So, tell me about your journey of three attempts and what were your important key takeaways that you would like to share with future aspirants?
Okay. So as I said, ma'am, the thought has been started from 2014-15, but eventually after my college, I joined a job and I was in Bangalore for nearly an year. But after that, I made up my mind and I resigned from the service, and I full-fledgedly joined the preparation for civil services from 2018 onwards. And then I gave my first attempt, and I wasn't unfortunately able to qualify the prelims itself. And in the second attempt, I was able to qualify the prelims, mains, as well as interview, and I was allotted the service DANIPS. So the last year also I was selected, and I got DANIPS as the service. But along with that, I had been selected in the state PCS. I belong from Uttar Pradesh. So UP PCS, I was able to qualify that with rank 16, and I was allocated the position of deputy collector. In Uttar Pradesh, we have deputy collector or subdivisional magistrate as the position. So I joined that, and I was presently training as an SDM itself. And eventually, I gave the next attempt for civil services. That was my third attempt, and finally, fortunately, I was able to make it through. So this was the whole thing regarding my journey for civil services that had started full-fledgedly from 18, and now it has been nearly 5 years. And regarding,
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
as you said, regarding sharing to the future aspirants, ma'am, in this whole thing, I thought of two things which are essential for the aspirants. That is consistency and patience. So both of these two things, I believe that they are extremely necessary for anyone who is going for preparing for the preparation of civil services. Because yes, success may happen at first or second, but it may also take time. So you have to be patient, you have to be honest in your effort, and you have to do consistent effort. It is not like that for example, we work 15 hours a day for a week and then we just give up. It couldn't be like that. If we can go for 5 to 8 hours continuously every day of every week and every month, and continuously for 300 or 320 days of an year, and that too for multiple years, if that kind of consistency and patience can be given, then I think it is a very viable option for any of the students to opt for.
Thank you very much, Arnav. Tell us about your daily schedule during preparation time. How did you bifurcate the time to preparing for prelims and mains and interview, and mains is exhausted with essays and subjects, etc.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, in my second attempt, it was very new. Everything was very new to me. But this was since was my third attempt, so I had been accustomed to some of the things like going through prelims, mains, interview, and how the protocol of each and every part of it is. So, for example, for prelims, during that time, I hadn't joined the service, so I was having the full day with myself. So, before the prelims itself, till 1 month back, what I did was basic preparation of mains, for example, ethics, optional, and essays. So I initially before the prelims, giving 2 to 3 months before the prelims, I had focused upon essay, ethics, and optional because these three things are which makes the major difference in the mains examination. And mains is the actual marks that would be calculated. And just before 2 months from prelims, I changed my strategy towards more of the objective, that is the test solving and solutions reading. And since I had my notes earlier made from the first attempt, second attempt, so I had those notes, I revised those notes. And along with that, I had been utilizing online sources as well. So on YouTube, there are numerous good places whereby you can get the current affairs very well prepared. So they help in overall revision and overall time when regarding my schedule. It was like I always made it a habit that I'll wake up early. By 6, I'll wake up, and then after the daily routine, I would start with the toughest thing that I had in my hand. So, for example, having an engineering background, economy was a tougher part for me. So I always picked up the tough part in the early mornings, and in the later afternoon and then the evening, going to the easier parts. And by I think by evening 7 p.m., I would finish all the book reading or the textual reading that I had to do, and then I moved on to the digital media. So digital media had been a very important platform for my studies. And after 7 p.m., I switched on to the digital, and then on surfing on the YouTube and whatever relevant channels are there, searching upon them. So that actually helped me made my preparation very dynamic, because that was one thing which I missed in my previous attempts, and in which I wasn't able to qualify the prelims. So that helped me in the prelims. Then regarding the mains, uh, I'm like essay, ethics, optional basics were prepared, but now I had to have perfected them. So in the initial days, for a few months, in initial a month or a more, I focused upon essay, ethics, and optional, writing essays and joining test series for essay and ethics and optional. Each and every I test series, I joined the test series because I believe that for mains, uh, writing is very essential, and
Hmm.
practicing full length test is extremely essential. We may write single answers or two answers a day or anything, but writing full length in 3 hours and completing that paper in itself is a challenge, and that too continuously for 2 or 3 4 days, that itself is a physically as well as mentally challenging. So you have to recreate those kind of situations at your place as well if you have to thrive in the actual examination. So initially I practiced like that, and for the mains I give 50% part to the revisions, content, and whatever we read, and 50% I give to the art of answer writing, because actually it is the answers to which the examiner would know us. He or she doesn't know how much knowledge we have. I have seen a lot of people who have a lot of knowledge, but sometimes they face challenges in expressing those knowledge in the answers. So writing an answer is also itself an art, and you have to perfect that art. So I focused a lot upon that practice part, and 50% preparation was any standard current affairs material that are available in the market and continuous revisions for that. For the mains, I believe 3 to 4 times revision of the syllabus is necessary, because if you are not able to revise, you will not be able to recreate. There's very less time of thinking in the examination, so you just have to click the answer. So for that type of clicking, you have to revise multiple times. So I made that show, and my optional was sociology. So for sociology, I have had made my short notes for both the papers, and I what I did was I inculcated more new content, because sociology is also very dynamic. So I included more content, more examples, more data, more facts, and enriched my material. And from that, I prepared a further short note, which was very, very limited. Around paper one was around 60, 70 pages, and paper two was around 40, 50 pages, just like that. So my suggestion would be that optional short notes should be prepared so small that they could be revised between the gap between the mains, that is the GS mains and the optional mains. In 4 or 5 days, they must be revised. So that's how small the short notes for optional should be. And in that way, I did my preparation. And this in this attempt, because in the last attempt my score was 948, and I was barely able to make it to the service. So I had to jump the score a lot, so as to, because I'm already serving as a deputy collector. So to jump that to IAS or probably IPS, I had to jump a lot of score. So I made sure that I'll plug in all the loopholes that in my preparation were lagging. So ethics was lagging. So I practiced a lot upon ethics, and toppers copies are, I believe, are very essential. They are uploaded on many of the blogs and websites. So we can read those toppers copies. You'll get good examples, data, facts, and anecdotes. And essay also, same thing is there. If you read the toppers copy, you will get the flow of how to write a good essay. And then in GS also, what I did was I read the solutions of this year's test series as well as of the past year's test series as well. So all this helped me build up that gap. And in optional also, I did the test series with very, very religiously. I did the test series, and that I think helped me. So I jumped the score around 56 marks, and it brought to 1006 or 1009, I believe. And that is how for the mains it happened. And then for the personality test, ma'am, last year I was having a lot less time, but this time I was having time. So what I did was, um, I read multiple newspapers. Uh, I remember reading 3 to 4 newspapers every day, and that included the Hindu, the Indian Express, and Times of India, and a local Hindi newspaper, the Anik Jagran that we have here, so as to get accustomed about the local news of here as well. And along with that, I practice with my parents. I used to give them questionnaires, and they used to ask me in a formal environment, and that was a thing. And then in front of the mirror also, I practiced a lot so as to improve my content, my articulation, my pinpointed approach, and how to stay, consistent in the answers. So that I think helped me a lot. And after that, I give multiple mock interviews. As with the academy itself, I gave one of the mock interviews. So that I think
Yes.
helped me.
Yes, I was coming to that part. Thank you for such a detailed answer, Arnav. Your inputs will be very helpful for the aspirants who will be viewing this recording. So tell me about how was the experience with the Academy panel of the interview and your real UPSC interview?
Ma'am, the mock interviews are actually, a practice ground that gives us that environment, that kind of feeling that we'll be facing in the personality test. So facing multiple members and answering to their questions, and because they ask question based upon each and every aspect of your DAF. So I think that strengthens your core aspects a lot, because let's face it, the personality test is very dynamic and very wide. So we can't expect all the questions to come in any of the mock interviews. But the thing is, they prepare your mindset. So similarly
Hmm.
happened with my interaction with the academy and the mock interview itself. So it oriented my thought regarding how I should focus upon the things, how I should be better articulating my answers, and how a better conversation could be struck. And the concerns that were raised were quite helpful. So I tried, because like limiting my answers to a smaller time scale, because I have a habit of giving a longer answers, and each one of us tend to give a long answers, but there it's like even less than a minute itself. They'll stop you and they'll ask the next question. So that kind of thing was uh, made known to me, and I tried to work upon that. I think that helped me too.
Okay, that's great, and we are very thankful and happy that we were able to play a role in your success with such a brilliant rank. So, Arnav, tell me a little bit about the digital sources that you mentioned. Apart from the traditional sources, you said after 7 p.m. in the evening, you went to digital sources. So, for the knowledge of our aspirants, can you share a couple of sources, digital, that you referred to?
Yes, ma'am. uh, Ma'am, few channels that I had been referring consistently, I would like to mention them. Like there's a channel called Sleepy Classes, and then we have a channel called World Affairs, and then we have Pathfinder, one of the channels, and then there's a channel called Study IQ. So, and there are SLB, there's a channel. So there are a lot of channels. Only IAS is a channel. So all these channels consistently upload good quality material. Although we have plethora of material available on YouTube, and there's a sea of content available. But if you get pinpointed content and you tend to prepare with them, then it helps you memorize better. Because in prelims, if you have a good memory and you visualize the things, and along with that audio visual memory, I think helps a lot, because many times you won't be remembering the facts, but you'll remember the audio visual memory. So all these channels and many others whom I'm not able to remember presently, they actually help me to orient better towards the examination. And if not directly the answers, they help me to eliminate at least few of the options. And in the prelims that we are facing currently, we have been seeing the changing pattern. I think eliminating one or two options works as a lifeline, because reaching to the exact answer, I don't think it is entirely possible for all the questions. Hardly
Sure.
30, 40 questions are there which you exactly know. Rest, it is all a game of elimination.
Okay. Okay. Well, my last question, Arnav, is what is the one message that you want the students and aspiring candidates to take from your experience and journey?
It would be becoming a karma yogi. So,
I'm sorry?
ma'am, becoming a karma yogi. So,
Okay. Okay.
means you don't have to excessively focus upon the results. You don't have to excessively focus upon the past attempts or whatever has happened in your life. You just have to focus upon your effort. And one way or the other, if you are doing the honest hard work, if you are honestly doing what you are assigned to, then in one way or the other, in some form or the other, in some exam or the other, in this walk of life or in any walk of life, you will definitely succeed in one way or the other. So keeping that always in your mind, I think would be very, very helpful.
That's very deep, and I think a very pointed message that you've conveyed, because I have been interacting with aspirants, and I not only in UPSC but in other careers or in journey of life, it's very natural to get disheartened. But as you rightly pointed out, Karm Yogi makes you that
um,
strong enough to ensure that you will definitely reach.
Ma'am, there's a
So,
mission. The government has
yes.
also started a program itself, Mission Karm Yogi, for the civil servants.
Oh, have
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have started that?
No, ma'am. The government of India has started that program,
Government of India started.
Mission Karm
Okay.
Yogi, and we are in the academy itself. We are being taught about it.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, so I believe that kind of principle is very, very essential for any student preparing for civil service.
That's brilliant. I was not aware about it, so I'll definitely look it up. So it was really great chatting with you and talking to you. Where are you currently right now? In which city?
Ma'am, in Lucknow.
Okay, I'm from Allahabad. So you enjoy the mango seasons, and I'm really missing the vibe of the summers of North, because I'm in the South right now. But
Okay.
enjoy the celebration and relax with your family. I hope you are enjoying the celebrations and finding time apart from all the preparations that you're doing. So I wish you all the very best. And once again, thank you for chatting with us. It was great talking to you, really inspiring. Thank you for the beautiful message, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, whole team. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bye bye. Have a good night.